So now we know that Apple has been keeping something interesting from us. It was so interesting that Shiba Inu could pretty much go through the roof. What I'm going to say in this video will probably shock you. So, if you want to be surprised in a good way, keep watching this movie. Nota bene, before we talk about what's new with Apple, though, Shigeoshi has something important to tell us in his usual way. The person in charge of making Shiba Inu put something very mysterious on his Twitter page. It's just a GIF that looks like anime with the word mood written on it. There is no other information. So, his post can be taken in many different ways, but most people seem to think it was about the launch of Shibarium, which is coming up soon. We're only a few days away from Shibarium's release, so this idea makes sense. It makes even more sense when you think about how the figure is getting charged up in the anime-like joke. So it looks like Satoshi posted that meme to try to get people excited about the site. This is proven by Lucy Shiba's answer. We are ready. We have the right clothes for the event. Now, posts like these are a great way to get people excited about Shibarium before it comes out. Before the game came out, something similar happened, and that helped get the game to the top of the app shops when it came out. So, if we can keep people excited about Shibarium, we might be able to get it to the top of the App Store charts when it comes out. If you thought this was really helpful, please leave a review and tell your friends about this video. It really helps with YouTube's algorithm, which makes it easier for me to keep making better movies. Now for the Apple news. Apple is one of the biggest companies in the world, so it could be very good for the market if it got involved in crypto. But the company's role has been all over the place. On the one hand, you can use certain cryptocurrencies to buy some Apple goods if you use a crypto card and pay online. On the other hand, crypto claims that Apple hides features in its devices that slow down the growth of crypto and other blockchain technologies. Rep. Gus Bilarakis from Florida and Rep. Jan Schakowsky from Illinois sent a letter to Apple CEO Tim Cook on Friday, July 28. In it, they expressed concerns about Apple's App Store policies and how they might be slowing the growth of new technologies like blockchains, NFTs, and other distributed ledger technologies. It's interesting that this is not the first time these politicians have said they are worried. Back in November of 2022, they asked about this. Also, lawmakers aren't the only ones who are worried about how Apple handles cryptocurrency in its App Store rules. Coinbase also said that Apple wanted a 30% cut of gas fees for all NFT transfers, which is impossible for Apple's in-app purchase method. And then there was Axie Infinity, which had trouble getting their blockchain-based apps approved. They had to settle for putting out a limited version of their apps that left out some important NFT features. Now, I know this might sound like bad news, but it's actually good news, especially for Shib, so keep an eye out. Well, those companies may not have been able to do much or anything to change Apple's policies, but these lawmakers are determined to find out what Apple has to say. They have made a list of 18 questions that Apple needs to answer. For example, they want to know if Apple plans to look at its app processes and rules for in-app purchases. Apple has until this month's 14th to respond to this question. Now, if you follow what's going on with Shiba Inu, which you would if you subscribe to this station, that date might sound familiar. From August 13th to August 17th, Shibarium will be introduced at the Blockchain Futurist Conference in Toronto, Canada. So Apple's limit could come before, during, or right after the launch of Shibarium. This means that Shibarium is coming out at the right time, at least as far as Apple is concerned. Consider it. If Apple fixes its App Store and makes it easier for blockchain apps to work, it could be a big deal. Remember what happened last year when Shiba Eternity came out? When some people heard that Shiba Inu, a crypto project, was making its own game, they might have had some doubts. But the success of the game test and the real release must have put an end to those worries. Shiba Eternity didn't just come out to become one of the most popular games in app shops. It went right to the top of its group the day it came out. IB Times says that the rare card game has been downloaded more than 10,000 times on Android devices and has been reviewed more than 8,000 times. As seen in their tweets, the group was happy and proud of what the game had done. Shiba Inu. A member of the development team with the Twitter name Daria also shared a screenshot that showed Shiba Eternity as the best card game. But Apple doesn't have to do the right thing just for Shiba Inu to gain. But before we get to that, this station gives away 100,000 sheep every day to anyone who wants to take part. Just subscribe to this channel, like this movie, and leave a comment below. Shiba Inu is a hashtag. Good luck, as you might remember Coinbase went straight to number 1 after it added Shiba. That's what it said for a few days after Shib. It was the iOS store's most popular game. This probably happened because sheep owners were so happy about being listed that they chose to start using Coinbase. This is why there were so many downloads. Before that listing, Coinbase hadn't reached that point yet, so it was definitely because of sheep that it did. Also, Coinbase has kind of admitted that sheep are important to the site. She was added to the App Store show, picture, and description just a few months ago. This shows that a lot of its customers are sheep traders. Taking all of this into account, it's clear that Shiba Inu is a big benefit to both crypto platforms and app stores. Apple would be making a financial mistake if it didn't try to add a Shiba Inu app or tool to its app store. But we already know that Apple never makes bad decisions with its money. I already said that Coinbase said the company wanted 30% of the gas fees from NFT trades. This shows that the company is always looking to make money. In fact, Elon Musk just retweeted something interesting. He shared a tweet from Watcher Guru that said Apple taxes app makers who make more than $1 million a year from the App Store by 30%. We can argue in the comments section about whether or not this is fair, but the main point is that Apple wants to make money. That's why people think they'll fix their app rules before or right after Shibarium comes out. But do you think this could happen? Tell us what you think in the comments area. Before we leave for the day, there is one more thing. Shiba Inu is putting something into Shibarium called a self-sovereign identity, or SSI. The deputy said that the goal of this change is to make the Shiba Inu community completely decentralized, which would give community members more power over the ecosystem. Daily Coin writes that, as stated in the blog post, a Shiba self-sovereign identity is based on advanced protocols that check a person's credentials and digital surroundings. On the blockchain, the person owns his or her own information. On the other hand, big tech companies have been gathering user information for a long time. Even though the user gives permission for this to happen, most people who use these big tech companies don't know how the information is gathered and used. In addition to keeping users safe and giving them full control over their data, the SSI is meant to help government agencies stop fraud, help small and family-owned businesses save money, and help with governance across the whole Shiba Inu ecosystem. At the end of the day, this shows that the development team is always thinking about how to grow the environment and make it work better than ever. They hope that soon, all of their hard work will start to pay off. We've reached the end of this movie. If you like the movie, please like it and don't forget to leave a comment in the section for comments. This helps me a lot.